Bitch, Drake's fall isn't just about Drake, okay? Drake's fall has a lot to do with Uranus and Gemini, and I'm gonna explain as quickly as possible because we gotta get to the point. As most of you know, Uranus is in Gemini. Welcome. And if you know anything about Uranus, Uranus is all about technology and rebellion and the shift of the norm, right? We are going against the grain. That's what Uranus likes to do. It so happens to be in Gemini. And Gemini, well, Gemini likes to talk a lot. It has to do with communication, social media, trends, any form of media, really, books, some way we get information. Not to mention, obviously, music. And if I'm talking about any form of communication, the internet is part of it, okay? So what happens when Uranus is in Gemini? Well, the way we communicate and consume art is going to definitely mutate. That means that the reason why Drake's 3 albums flopped is because we're not consuming the art the same way we did long ago. This even goes with the whole influencer. We don't want influencers influencing us on their high-end lifestyle and that they're tone deaf. Well, it's not only that they're tone deaf, it's that we as consumers no longer find that appealing in ways we used to because, hello, we're going against the grain right now. Drake's music came out at a time when algorithms and trends and that type of era, especially streaming, was super high on the totem pole, right? And so we've seen a decline throughout the years when it comes to this type of music or how we follow trends or how people consume art in general. For the last few years, we have slowly but surely have pulled back on the whole what's trendy and what's not and what's fun and who's new and all that. All of that has kind of died down, and slowly but surely we've been looking for authenticity. We don't want the regurgitated bullshit anymore. So when you hear Drake's lyrics and they sound the same or they're monotone or they seem like he's been repeating the same thing and the same era, the same ideology over and over again, this light goes off inside of us because Uranus is in Gemini and we just don't like that anymore. The era of perfectionism is literally bothering us because Uranus is all about rebellion and definitely not perfect. So when you see all that prissy shit and you see all that high life stuff, you're just like, I can't resonate with that. Not only because we're currently going through something economically, everyone, but just in general, it just doesn't feel authentic. It doesn't feel real to us. And we tend to kind of pull away. The funny part is, during this time, a lot of new technology will rise. If you look at back in the history of whenever Uranus is in Gemini, you will see a lot of new technology. Hence why AI kind of exploded pre this whole thing happened. But now people see AI and they're just like, well, AI music, AI art, AI funny clips, it's saturation. And here's the thing. That energy of rebellion is happening and making us want to see more authentic things, okay? So here we think AI is terrible, but in reality, it's kind of helping us want to go back to basics, back to reading books, back to making real music, back to making real art. It's making us want human contact more because AI is so everywhere and saturating everything. There's kind of like an irony in all of this with the whole AI boom. It's kind of like, what are we doing? People are actually fighting against the machine. We understand the machine now. We could see the machine for what the fuck it is. And so when we have places like Utah trying to bring people in and build more AI generated stuff, right? That whole entire area was like, hell no, we don't want this here. Why? Not only environmental, but that's ruining nature, right? So we are freaking out. We don't want that anymore. We want authenticity, realness, things that we can touch, tangible things. And AI seems to be pushing us in a direction where it doesn't feel that way. But because of it, we actually crave it more human to human realness. I mean, half of us watch certain content and realize, wait a minute, I'm actually fascinated with what they're talking about. It's not my attention span. I actually want to pay attention. It's just the stuff that we've been fed for years is so garbage that we doom scroll, and here we are in an era where we're not going to doom scroll anymore. We're going to actually pay attention to what people say. And so when you have a Drake albums that sound like trash, sorry if you're a Drake fan, I'm not sorry, but that was awful. It kind of brings more room into yourself of like, man, what have I been listening to all of these years? And then you see the rise of like old school artists that have come back and have done really, really well. It's because we no longer resonate with the bullshit that some of these highly curated perfectionisms of music or art or whatever, influencers, whatever, it doesn't resonate with us. We don't want perfectionism because of Uranus and Gemini. We don't want it anymore. We are all collectively rebelling against the machine, and you just don't even know it. It could start with your music. It could start with art. It could start with books. It could start with AI. It could start with the show that you used to love oh so much, but now it doesn't resonate. Like the Kardashians don't resonate anymore with anyone, and they're like hanging on by a thread because they want to resonate with you so you can consume. We're no longer in that era right now. We are going against things because Uranus loves to rebel. And then you have Gemini, who loves to rebel against things like technology and communication, books. We're like literally craving these things right now. So understand that the fall of Drake is not just going to be him. It's going to be many, many people to come. Drake just so happens to be like this icon in the eyes of certain people, and he tries to be like Michael Jackson, which you'll never be Michael Jackson, right? But having this iconic feeling or like putting somebody on a pedestal is not going to happen anymore. You just can't get away with it anymore. So basically, Drake kind of represents the end of the old era of the internet. And now Uranus and Gemini is going to be ushering in a completely different internet to us. And so anyway, if you stayed this long, thank you. And good luck with your Uranus and Gemini shit, because it's going to be a doozy.